YouTube, and welcome officially, finally, to my channel. I'm Judith Rose, and I just woke up from the Matrix. As of July, I started feeling differently about life. I'm 29, I live in Arizona. I was a registered Democrat. You know, I, to some people, probably look exactly like a liberal should look, tends to look. What happened in July happened because I quit my job in May because I didn't know what the F was going on anymore. The virus felt purposeful and I didn't know why. I just knew that it felt like it was made in a lab, released on purpose. Probably has a patent just like Ebola. Anyway, something was just like, this is not right. This is happening for a reason. Then I was going to BLM protests, trying to be supportive, thinking I was doing something because I support equality and people's struggles, rah, rah, rah. I had my signs, I had my chance, and then I went home, you know, but I started to see something weird happening. They're planting piles of bricks as if they want this violence to happen. And I was like, why would that be? Who's doing that? Who is responsible for that? Is it within this country or without this? You know what I'm saying? So I started to go on this journey. The first couple rabbit holes I went down were Black history related, and then Epstein, and then the virus. And it all started leading towards the same place. And then, some of you know already that I'm into aliens and space, what the heck is going on with NASA, and what they're really saying, what they're not saying. And I've been convinced for a long time that the government has been hiding aliens from us, and I even knew that 9/11 wasn't, you know. Why somewhere along the way I got lost, because I read 1984 when I was 14. That is actually when some of my depression began. So, you know, it's almost like realizing that I was going to be trapped in this matrix for a while upset me so much that I stopped functioning as a real person. Anyway, there's a lot of other things we're not going to talk about right now. Haven't been the happiest. It hasn't been fun. It hasn't been easy. I did not enjoy high school, and now I'm almost 30. Feel like I've lost half of my life to working for this matrix as like a hamster on a wheel, just stuck. Like, I'm like, am I really gonna just work until I die like this? Is this it? I've felt for a long time that I'm capable of more and that there's something else going on. So if you feel the same, you might come to the same conclusion, or you have come to the same conclusion that I have, that the world really isn't as it seems. Oh my god, I popped a button. Hold on. If you're like me, you care about people. You know, you don't like racists, you don't like homophobes, but something is wrong here. These movements that act like they're for people, to help people, end up kind of pulling the rug out from under them, right? Because if BLM has all this money, then they should be donating to people and cleaning up after themselves, and they're not. In fact, they're people laundering money. There are Marxists. There are dark witches, like you bad witches. Like, you guys, something isn't right here. So I went down all these rabbit holes at once, started putting these pieces together because I had time, because I chose to, because I'd wanted to. You know, I don't exactly have a big friend group. I don't have a bunch of people that I talk to all the time. It's mostly just me and boyfriend and the dog and the 2 kitties. We'll go into that later. Something happened and I started to meditate on it, and I started to think about how angry I'd been and, you know, how I felt like that was justified. You're supposed to be outraged all the time, right? There's always some injustice happening. I've been in a bad mood since 2008 or whatever. I started to feel like that was unhealthy. And my family had implied that that was unhealthy. So I went on this journey and I started to meditate a lot. I'd already been pretty familiar with the process, but I got back into it. And something happened, something clicked, something was released off my shoulders. And people seem to be able to tell. They tell me I have this glow about me. They say that I seem fresh now and like I have a weight off my chest. I do. I don't know how to explain it. I don't hate things the way that I used to, and I understand more people, and that includes the president. I hated the president, okay? I was so pissed in 2016 because I believed all the headlines and I didn't do my research. Those were the main two things that caused me to constantly be disgruntled because of the election results from 2016. This is programming. That is what they want you to feel, and I feel completely differently about everything. It's insane. I'm an entirely different person, basically. It feels good, but it can be overwhelming, but not as overwhelming as I thought it would be, to be honest. I've caught up on a whole lot very, very quickly, and for some reason, I am okay. I'm surprised that I am okay, in fact. It's not perfect all the time, but it is way better than it used to be, and certain things like last week, like my car breaking down after going on a hike would have just ruined my whole day, and I would have just not even moved on, but I just learned how to accept things better. Anyway, the president. So I was angry tweeting, and I had previously I had a very small Twitter that ended up blowing up when someone with the handle I know, I'll tag her. She goes by L. She picked up my TikTok that I call here the hardest pill to swallow of the century, and it just blew up. Oh my gosh, I did something. Something happened. Found out pretty quickly it was the video. So as my account grew, it grew very, very exponentially in just a matter of days. And by 2 weeks, I had around 50,000 followers. By the third week, I was shut down. No explanation. There was no email on my suspension. When they got my appeals, they sent me a reply back. The appeals fell through. Nothing happened. All of my original account is erased. My whole transformation from my angry tweets at the president to suddenly I'm tweeting out of shadows to suddenly I have 50,000 followers. It's gone. It's all gone. They didn't want that documented. I have grown quite a bit on a lot of my other platforms, and I mean, even just here, I already have 2,000 followers, and I haven't even done a whole lot on this channel. That's incredible. I appreciate you for hitting that button. I appreciate your patience, because, you know, I've never been much of a content creator. I didn't think this was really going to happen in this way, but, you know, I have gotten signs that something like this might happen to me, but let's just say I didn't really believe them. So, it's been interesting, and incredible, and just a lot. I mean, I've been on a ton of interviews for some reason. Sometimes it feels strange to be kind of famous for changing my mind, but I feel like I solved a puzzle. I feel like I solved a riddle, and now there's all these people waiting on the other side. They're all so nice, and they're not the people that I thought they were when I was, you know, over there mad about everything. It's just not like it says in the news. It's not at all. It's not. A lot of things are misunderstood, down to the anti-Semitism. It's all misunderstood, almost every single thing. It's amazing. I mean, it's messed up, of course, but, you know, I've spoken to people like Charlie Ward, David Whitehead, the Truth Warrior. I was on the Matrix Groove show where I met Out of Shadows Brad Martin and Mike. I mean, crazy. I've heard from people like Liz Crokin, Zach Voorhees, the Google whistleblower. I was featured on Sarah Palin's website for some reason. I was on Edge of Wonder. I mean, like, it's been a lot, you guys. And it happened so fast, and I've had to catch up on all of these things, 20 different rabbit holes at all at once. So I started a Patreon, I started a Subscribe Star, I started a this, that, I opened a merch shop. I just ran with it. It just felt like the right thing to do. It felt like, you know, what I should be doing, and I feel very free in a sense, and it's been a very eye-opening experience, and sometimes I just have this feeling like I can just breathe better. I don't know what it is. Whew. Now I'm just researching, like I said, everything at once. At the moment, it's Haiti, because I truly didn't know that much about the Clintons. Bad, Judith. It's okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Truly thought that Hillary was some kind of feminist icon. I did not know the extent of the corruption, and it is across the board. It's, you know, for some reason I used to think that the Bush administration was an isolated incident. So, the odd thing about being on the left and being asleep is that you kind of know that you shouldn't trust your government, and, you know, perhaps 9/11 wasn't, you know, what they said, but you still want to trust the news. I don't know what it is about just being in this like abusive relationship with reality. You feel you can't trust it. You feel like something is wrong, but you don't investigate it. I'm telling you to investigate it. A lot of us are already there, but this is for anybody watching who is also perhaps a liberal who's starting to feel like something isn't right. And it's kind of horrifying to you know, to go through that and realize how just crappy you've been acting. But it's okay. We gotta forgive ourselves. We gotta forgive other people. We gotta stop being so mean to each other. Cancel culture is BS unless you're doing things to kids. Then we can cancel you. We're human beings, guys. We have to learn. We have to figure this out. We have to do it together. We have to share information. We have to support each other. You know, when we're going through hard times, the world is changing. It will never be the same. The world as we know it is pretty much ending. And I've been getting messages from the universe, as I like to call them. I got this message that something is meant to shift December. Throwing that out there. My hope is that we'll be more awake than asleep. Just can't wait for it. You know, I'm so excited for these next couple of months. Buckling my seatbelt. I'm getting my popcorn. Have a specific machine for the popcorn because I don't like microwaves. So microwaves are bad. But there's a lot of other things, you know, I have to work on in my life, and that's okay. We're all trying to get out of this matrix. I have a sweet tooth. I'm addicted to sugar still. It's a bad thing. I just started going back to the gym. That's a good thing. We count our blessings. We try to live in gratitude. That is very important. Acceptance, going with the flow, accepting the flow of life and whatever happens to you. Looking for the lesson within. Lots of breathing, meditating. Those are the main things that I recommend. Deep breath with me. We're gonna get through this. Election day is so close, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my first episode. I'm Judith. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And there's a ton of ways to support me around here. Take a look. Thank you. Join me next time. Maybe next Monday, maybe sooner than that. I don't know. You let me know. What do you think? What days are good for you guys? I'm thinking Mondays. Maybe Fridays too. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you.